Good afternoon, and welcome to the special WYKR remote broadcast celebrating Land, Learn, and Fly, the nonprofit after-school enrichment program serving local students and families right here in our North Country communities. Over the next couple hours, we'll be talking with students, parents, staff, volunteers, school leaders, and community partners who help make this year such a meaningful one. We'll hear about woodworking, library visits, career awareness, field trips, homework, help, friendships, and all the good local folks who stepped up to help kids learn, grow, and try new things. Land, Learn, and Fly has been building connections between schools, families, and the community since 2016. And today we'll be taking time to celebrate the end of the school year and the people who made it happen. We're glad to have you along with us on WYKR, your country, serving Northeast Vermont and Northwest New Hampshire. And we're going to start everything off by talking to Paul Jewitt. Paul Jewitt is the executive director of Land, Learn, and Fly. And we have some questions for him. And we have also did some pre-recorded interviews throughout. We're going to play throughout the hours and stuff of other community partners and other school teachers. But right now we're gonna be talking to Paul Jewitt. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So we got a mic for you and everything here. So Paul, for folks just tuning in, what is Land, Learn, and Fly?
Well, it's a program or an after-school program that we started it back in February of last year. And at the time when we started the program, we had a after-school program at Blue Mountain and at Newbury Elementary. And last August, we added Bradford Elementary to the group. So this is really our first full year with all three programs. It's been a great year. We serve approximately, I'd say close to 70 children total between the three programs. And it runs Monday through Friday all through the school year. Another addition that we added this year is that there are probably a half a dozen half days where teachers do professional development or school gets out at noontime. In the past, that pretty much just put an additional burden on parents because they had to figure out how they were going to cover for their kids. And we were able to work with the people in Bradford, and we successfully ran a program for all 6 days, and we probably had an average attendance of about 25 kids, most of them all from Bradford. What we need to try to figure out is how we can maybe expand that to one of the other schools, but the biggest numbers are in the Bradford program.
So yeah, you did kind of answer one of my questions, is what communities and schools are being served now. So it's Bradford, Newbury, and Blue Mountain?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And what does a normal afternoon look like for the kids?
Basically, one of the things we've really tried to push over the years is the children crave consistency. So what we have done is we build an agenda with the help of the other employees and the children. And primarily they come in, they get dropped off typically in the cafeteria by their teachers, which is a great feature for this. There's no transportation involved. They literally walk into our program. And then they get, they do attendance, then they wash their hands, then they have a snack. Then typically what we do consistently in all three programs is we do a thing called the circle, where we gather the kids up and we have them, sometimes they lead it, sometimes it's one of the staff. But we go over what the agenda is because we have children there from 5 years old up to 12-year-old.
Wow.
So we go over things like the date and the day and the month and those kinds of things. And then we typically talk about what the agenda is going to be, who's there that day, who has which jobs, because we kind of want the kids to understand that there's a responsibility here. The whole program is all of us. It's not just the staff. So they may wash tables or sweep the floors or lead the lines or bring equipment out and bring it back. There's all kinds of different things that they can do, and it seems rather simple, but on the other hand, they take it pretty seriously, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
Right.
So after that, then typically we have an enrichment period every day, and that can vary from program to program. Sometimes we will have the staff will put on the enrichment activity. It could be a craft. It could be a special game. It could be an activity outside. Or we bring people in from the community, and they will come in and do different activities with the kids. So we have a variety of different things that they do, because I think it's really important that they get exposed to as many different activities as they can.
Right. Now, so Land, Learn, and Fly kind of also offers homework help, games, exercise, arts and crafts, social emotional learning, and community activities. How do you and like the other folks that work with you, how do you balance that structure with fun?
Well, it's interesting because the staff has told me on several occasions that sometimes they think I'm a little too rigid in terms of staying with the program. But on the other hand, I have found through experience that the children say, oh, we're going to do this, or we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And when you don't do that, it causes problems. And so we do homework. It depends on the school and what the teachers there and the principal, because we work closely with them as to what they would like to do. I know there's a homework program that we do with Bradford, and they also do a really interesting quiet reading part of the afternoon as well. But typically, we know in advance every month that what's going to happen every day, who's going to be responsible for that activity, and that calendar goes home to parents and kids so they know what to expect on a particular day. So that is really helpful, because that way there, everybody on the staff, as far as I'm concerned, is equal. We may have somebody that's considered the boss per se, but I hold all staff people to the same level of responsibility, that if it's their J to do the activity with the kids, we have a procedure that the state actually asks us to do, where we have to fill out a sheet per se. But it really works well because it goes to the staff person, and ahead of time they're given time to figure out what the activity is going to be, what materials they need, how they're going to use the other staff, and all of those things. So they go through the activity, and then before the day is out, they sit down and fill out the second half of it. How well did it go? Would I do it again? Are there things that I would change in it? Are there more materials that I need the next time? And it's really helpful, because now we've built up a book per se of these activities, and you're not sitting there every month at the staff meeting going, oh no, what are we going to do on Tuesday? Yeah. So that's been very helpful. And one of my big aims with the program is I want as many kids to grow up and stay here as possible. So one of the things I've tried to do for that aim is, we started the program a couple of years ago. It's called What Do You Want to Be When You Grow Up? And my feeling on that is I try to get as many different people from many different walks of life in our area to either come in, or we will go to them. And they put on a program for an hour, and they talk about how they got involved in it, why they got involved in it, why it was a benefit to them, why the benefit is to live in this area, and those kinds of things. Because we need people to stay here, especially young people, because too many times we're seeing recently that the numbers are dropping, and if we want to keep education strong in this area, we've got to keep kids to be able to fill up the schools.
Right. And so we also had some pre-recorded interviews that we did ahead of time, and one of them was with Teresa, and the other one was with Lindsay.
Right.
Do you want to give an introduction to who Lindsay is and who Teresa is?
Yes. One of the things is part of the structure of the program is I'm the administrator, and they're both assistant administrators. And the plan being is that Teresa has been with me for 6 or 7 years, and she handles everything soup to nuts, thank God, because I don't know how I would ever do it without her. And Lindsay formerly worked in the Newbury program and was the site coordinator there back probably 8 years ago. And she went on to become a full-time teacher and now lives out in Williston. And she has turned into being my technology person. She can do things that would take me a week. She can do it in 5 minutes and do a much better job than I can do. So both of them have a very important role in the company, and the intent right now is, in terms of looking at a 3 to 5 year plan, is we're looking to continue to expand. And the idea being is that if we expand any more programs, then Lindsay will become co-administrator and run any additional programs above the 3 that we have right now. So we've got some ideas on that, but we've got to kind of wait for it to come to fruition. And she has a full-time teaching job, so she's got a contract, so we need to time this so that it's going to work. But
No, for New Hampshire listeners, is there a program? Is there a way that this expands into over the river?
Well, it's interesting because we've had people. We're starting a summer program in 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, and we've had a number of people from New Hampshire contact us because they've heard about it and ask if they can attend. And absolutely, I mean, my feeling on it is where the only fly in the ointment would come in is the transportation to get them to that particular site and be picked up there. But if there is a means for parents to get the kids to any one of the 3 programs, we'd love to have them join us. But basically, they just have to be 5 years old and in kindergarten and until they turn 13. So that's about the only requirement.
Okay. So we're going to hand it over to the student. We're going to be listening to the conversations, as Paul mentioned, with Teresa, and after that we'll hear the conversation we had with Lindsay earlier. And then when we would get back to talking to Paul again live, we're going to have some questions about some of the woodworking. Okay. So we have some, and you'll set us up for some of that. But now what we're going to do, we're going to turn over to the studio, and we're going to be hearing the conversation that I had earlier with Teresa, and then immediately after that, the conversation that I had with Lindsay. So it's coming up right now.
So we have here in the studio Doug Merrill. Doug, for folks listening who may not know you yet, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the kind of woodworking you do?
Well, I've lived in Newbury and Bradford most of my life. Got involved in the building industry when I was in high school. I worked for a contractor for a number of years and then started my own business, which I had for approximately 45 years, and then got into retirement. And I also did 5 years of building trades instructor at St. Johnsbury Academy.
Okay. And so you worked closely this past year with Land, Learn, and Fly?
Yes, the past few years.
Wow. So when Land, Learn, Fly brought students to learn from you as part of their hands-on enrichment programming, what was kind of like your first reaction when you heard kids would be coming to see your work?
I love working with kids, especially this age group. They're so willing to learn. And they behave pretty well, but you have to let them have that time of away from thinking for a little bit. It's a learning curve for the instructors as well, and but we have a great time.
Right. And so, what kinds of things do the students get to see or learn about during their visits with you?
Well, we do a lot with math, obviously. Learning to read a ruler and increments and fractions and so forth. That's kind of interesting. And they pick that up pretty quickly. To start with, it's look at the tape measure and they look at all these little marks and bigger marks and so forth. And then the next thing you know, they're talking 3/16 and 11/16 and 5/8 and stuff. So it doesn't take very long for them to get going on that, which is good.
Hey, was there any questions that from one of the students that kind of surprised you?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but you're always getting questions kind of out in left field that do surprise you, and it makes you think a little bit on how you're going to answer that. I know at one point, back when I was instructing in high school, I sent a student to cut a sheet of plywood. I said, I want a sheet of plywood cut in half lengthwise.
Right. And
he comes back with 2 sheets, 2 by 8 feet. And I'm thinking 4 by 4 foot sheets. We were both right. He wasn't wrong. And I said, you weren't wrong, but that's not what I wanted. So you have to learn how to ask the questions and talk about things too.
Right. I mean, the thing is, like, woodworking is one of those skills where you can kind of start with just a plain piece of wood and end up with something useful or beautiful. And how do you explain that process to kids?
Well, we do different projects, starting very small usually, depending upon the students, and work our way up into bigger projects. You just explain to them how it's constructed, how it's put together, and they're pretty happy when they get a result and they can see what they've done with their hands.
Mm. And so why do you think it's important for young students to be exposed to the trades and craftsmanship and hands-on work at this early age?
Well, everybody has to live in a house. And as we all know, they're often in need of repairs. And so you can do your own work. You can go into it professionally, right now, it's a good place to be. Pay is really well. Job opportunities are out there, big time. And so it's even if you're not going to do it for a profession, like I said, every house needs repair. And if you can do your own stuff, you're going to save yourself some money.
So for students walking away thinking, I might want to build things someday, what advice would you give them?
Oh, just stick with it. It's a long learning curve. There's a lot to learn. And don't try to rush things. Products change, industry changes. I mean, obviously we work with the students with the hammers and nails, very little actually, because today's world, it's all about fasteners and impact drills and that sort of thing, which has made things easier, but it's a different learning curve altogether.
Right. And before we hit the record button, you were mentioning that you kind of helped get this radio station up and running almost 50 years ago. And how have you seen the industry change over the years?
Obviously you're in a different building now. Back then it was very interesting working with a sound engineer, which I had never done.
Right.
I was working for another contractor, Leonard Dobbins at the time. And it was very interesting. And obviously technology has changed in the radio industry as well as it has in the building industry. I mean, when I started, you used to hang all your own doors. Now nobody does it. They're all pre-hung. They're all pre-cased. Windows come as a unit. You just put them in. Cabinets, very seldom build them anymore unless they're custom. And, the whole industry's changed basically because the cost of materials and stuff that has made the world go faster.
Right. And do you see that it's easier to kind of get into the carpenter industry today as compared to it was?
Well, now it is segmented, somewhat because you have, back then you did everything. We did the concrete. We did building, we did the roofing, we did the doors, we did the windows, we did the cabinets. Nowadays, it's all manufactured and you put stuff together more than you did back then. Some people specialize in just concrete, some specialize in just cabinets, some specialize in just flooring.
Right.
Back when I started, you pretty much did everything.
Right. So what are some, I guess, beginner-friendly woodworking projects that kids or families could try together safely at home?
We do some picture frames. We do cutting boards. We've done some small libraries that are around the town of Newbury. And we did a building up to Blue Mountain School, after school program to store their stuff in. So we've done a wide range of things, and the kids love it when they can take something home for their parents.
I would say before we let you go, it's if someone's interested in your woodworking or wants to learn more about what you make, what is the best way they can kind of find you or get in touch?
Well, the best way, basically Paul Jewitt is in charge of the program. We do it in one location, but right now it involves Blue Mountain School, Newbury Elementary School, and Bradford Elementary School, which we took on last year. And so the best way is to go through the after school program in Paul Jewitt.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Well, Doug, I know when the kiddos came to visit the radio station, they just had so much good things to say about the woodworking field trips that went on with you and stuff, and checked out all of your hard work there too, Doug. So I appreciate your time.
Well, they really enjoyed it, and I do as well.
Excellent. Thank you. So we're delighted to be talking to Teresa Ruel, who is one of the assistant administrators over at Land, Learn, and Fly. And Teresa, you're on the phone. Talk to us a little bit about what your position is at Land, Learn, and Fly.
So I do a little bit of a lot of different things. I meet with the site directors, usually once a week via Zoom, do the invoicing, do any of the administrative like paperwork side of things, chat with Paul Jewitt, and do whatever really is needed.
Excellent. And so how many students are involved in Land, Learn, and Fly right now?
So we're roughly around 70, but that's with all three.
Wow, 70 children.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, and that just means like enrollments. That doesn't mean like every single day there's 70 kids in the program. So when you enroll, you can be full-time, part-time, or drop-in. And so for like a drop-in, it can be like a 24-hour notice. So that means like these kiddos may only come like once a month or once, every couple months. And then part-time is anywhere from 1 to 4 days a week. And then full-time is, Monday through Friday every week.
And how unique is this program compared to other parts of the state?
I do think there's a lot of after-school programs in the state. We work really hard on like bringing enrichments and different sort of like games and people into the program so that students get an opportunity of learning different things. We do lots of field trips. And I think that's one of the best things about our program.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about some of the field trips. Where else have they been able to, the students been able to go to during these enrichment afternoons?
So the Newberry Fire Station was like the most recent, and that was with BMU and Newberry. The local libraries are visited between Blue Mountain and also Newberry. We've done things where each school goes to one of the locations and all three programs just hang out all together, get to know each other. That also is good from like the staff perspective. And then all of the staff, get to interact together as well.
So how long has the Land, Learn, and Fly been around right now?
About like a year and a half. The after-school program, since I've been a part of it, has been 2019. We started underneath the town of Newberry, then switched to Land, Learn, Fly in like February 2025.
Wow. Okay. So the actual title itself, Land, Learn, and Fly, is a fairly new title.
Correct.
And what brought you into this, Teresa? Because you're fairly, well-rounded and educated person. So what made you decide to say, you know what, I like these mission and values of Land, Learn, and Fly. I want to be a part of this.
Yeah, so funny. I actually had the job while I was in college, but actually at Danville. When I graduated college, I took a little time off, a little road trip, and when I got back, Trista Burns is still working at BMU, but she was a part of the program at a time trying to like get it going for Blue Mountain. And I had known her, so she had actually reached out to me personally, just saying, I know you, I know what you've done, you'd be a great fit. I said yes, and I've just continued to do it. I think it's important to give kids, opportunities outside of school that's, not only safe, but fun. It's a long day. So, just creating something more than just necessarily babysitting, I think is great. And then just with my personal life, I have 2 young children of my own. So it's been great to, be able to help them at home, do my thing, but then still be able to help other kids too.
Right. And so what would you say, what kind of information, or if you hear parents listening to this right now and said, geez, I didn't even know they actually had a drop-in opportunity, or I thought I something I had to sign up for like years in advance. So is there a wait list or how does this work?
So we actually created a website, landlearnflyinc.com. There's a whole bunch of buttons. Lindsay will be talking to you, I think shortly, and she can give you more information about the website, but there is a button where you can enroll, and it gives you all the information with all 3 schools, shows our staffing, shows reviews, the breakdown of how each program is run. It is very similar to each program, but each one starts a little bit different, or, circle might be at a different time of the day, but otherwise generally it's all the same. You can apply online. You can also reach out to one of the site directors or me. Once you fill it out, the site director of that school will reach out to the families. And if there's any other information that they will need, they will ask for it. And then they let you know if your student can come for the days that you enrolled. Bradford was very popular this year and did have a wait list for a good chunk of the year. But BMU and Newberry are still, accepting applicants, and we are encouraging families to apply as soon as possible. So it is not too early to, sign up for next school year. And in fact, we're encouraging it.
Excellent. And we're talking to Teresa Ruel, who is one of the assistant administrators over at Land, Learn, and Fly. And Teresa, any final comments?
Yes, I know Paul wanted me to talk briefly about the summer program. This year it is full, but just getting families to enroll also for the summer program as soon as possible. We usually get those out usually around like February. So next year, February, those will get sent out. And families can sign up, and we only accept about 25 to 30 kids. And we are all full. So that's exciting. This is the first summer where it's almost too big.
Teresa, thank you so much for your time. We are excited to have with us Lindsay Bulger, who is the assistant administrator over at Land, Learn, and Fly. And Lindsay, you are calling us from an undisclosed location. Well, it's Chittenden County, right?
I am in Chittenden County.
Yeah. You have a history then with Land, Learn, and Fly.
I do. I was the co-site director of our original location at Newberry Elementary School with Paul Jewitt for 4 years. And then I left. I was also a teacher at Newberry Elementary School, and I left and moved back to Chittenden County, where I'm originally from. And then I took more of a behind-the-scenes role with the after-school programs, doing website management and design and social media and more marketing stuff, as opposed to being direct with students.
Yeah. So Lindsay, we talked to Teresa earlier, and she said, if you have any website questions, you need to talk to Lindsay. So what can people expect if they go to the website?
We have a homepage that my husband and I worked very hard on to kind of display our philosophy at Land, Learn, Fly, to provide, quality childcare for students ages 5 through 12. Provide them with authentic experiences. That's really important to us, to connect them with their community and kind of give them opportunities they might not have otherwise. So I tried to make our homepage reflect that. And then we also have a locations page where you can see where our 3 current locations are, and what those programs look like, how many kids are enrolled, how big they are. We have a contact page, so if anyone wants to enroll their student, there's a button at the top of the website, but you can also contact us via the contact page. And I recently, last night actually, just added a button on that page where if someone is interested in working for us, we have some positions open. So I added a new button where you can inquire about some open positions. We also have a photo gallery of the program over the years, where you can kind of see the kids in action doing what they do best, just enjoying the program. We have a reviews page. That one's new. We had some parents kind of write to us and tell us their thoughts on the program, some of the principles where, the We Are programs are, commented on the program, what it's like working with us. So kind of speaking on behalf of their school and their community, what they think of the program and working closely with us all these years.
And so you've been with them for a lot of years. Where have you seen Land, Learn, and Fly evolve over the years that you've been with them?
I mean, we started with just the Newberry program. That was the original program when I was a teacher there. And then when I left, I spent that summer helping Paul Jewitt, and that's when Teresa came on to open our BMU program. So that was lovely. And those programs have been running strong since then. And then this past year, we opened a new program at Bradford that's thriving right now and doing awesome. So I think it's great to see our programs grow across that community in that area. And we have some hopes and dreams to kind of spread it up my way too, up in Chittenden County.
Excellent. And as you mentioned too, so the schools that are participate are the Blue Mountain, Newberry, and Bradford?
Yeah.
Okay. And so a lot of parents might be listening to this, and Land, Learn, and Fly has been around for a long time, but this, for those that might have heard this for the very first time through WYKR, what would you say is for parents that might want to learn more and might want to look at bringing their kids to this program? What are some things they could expect?
Well, we have a summer program happening this summer. I think that it's currently full, which is amazing for us, all 6 weeks, but we do have a wait list going. I think the most important thing to Paul, Teresa, and I as the administrators of this company, we really love giving experiences to students that they might not have otherwise. So we've made things happen, various field trips to, I know Riverbend Technical Center is one that we do regularly. We always have our annual hayride and apple cider making experience around the fall and Halloween. We've kind of developed these really nice traditions over the years, and I think that we'll hope to continue doing those, but also adding on new traditions as well. I know recently in the last few years, we started adding bike and scooter days to our programs. So we have a bunch of bikes and scooters students can ride around their campuses during the program during the spring. So that's been happening recently. To keep up with us day to day, we do have our Facebook page at Land, Learn, Fly Inc., and that is where you can find kind of an authentic peek into what a day to day at the program would look like. Various activities, crafts, people visiting and bringing activities in. We have a lot of community volunteers. It's really important to us that we give our students authentic experiences and kind of give them a taste of what they could do when they get older. We have a whole program called, what do you want to be when you grow up, and invite various people in to show their skills and show the students what they could possibly be, when they get bigger and older and leave the program.
Excellent. We're talking to Lindsay Bolger, who is the other admin assistant over at Land, Learn, and Fly. Lindsay, any final comments?
We have great programs, and we would love to hear from you. So visit our website and contact us, and hopefully we can, become involved with you and your family and your children.
And that website again?
landlearnflyinc.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
And that was a conversation I had earlier. So you heard we had 3 conversations. The first one was with Doug Merrill, who is one of the woodworkers that worked with Land, Learn, and Fly, and it kind of started off a lot of the after school programs. Started off with doing a lot of woodworking, and then we were able to talk to Lindsay, and then we were able to Teresa first, and then we were able to talk to Lindsay, who are instrumental in supporting Paul and doing some of the support back end support to all that conversation. And so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to kind of look at it from a school lens perspective. So Antonia, so it's not just me here. Antonia is also here with us. And to remind everybody that we are here at WYKR. We are here doing a live remote in Elizabeth Park, here celebrating Land, Learn, and Fly, a nonprofit after-school enrichment program serving local students and families right here in our North Country communities. And as I said, we're going to be talking to students, parents, staff, volunteers, school leaders, and community partners who help make this year such a meaningful one. And this is the end of the year celebration. And we'll be talking about library visits, career awareness, field trips, homework, and all this kind of fun stuff. And Land, Learn, and Fly has been building connections between schools, families, and the community since 2016. And it originally started off, as Paul mentioned earlier, at the Town of Newberry After School program, and it has grown substantially since then. And Antonia, who do we have coming in here that's going to have some conversation with you?
Yes, so we're going to be introducing Loretta Cruz, who is actually the principal of Newberry. So that's a good, interesting perspective that she'll be able to offer on Land, Learn, and Fly.
All right. So Loretta Cruz here. This is your mic. That's your very own mic. All right.
All right, awesome. Well, hi, Loretta. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Awesome. And can you kind of introduce yourself to our listeners who might not know?
My name is Loretta Cruz. I'm the principal of Newberry Elementary School in Newberry, Vermont, and this is my 5th year there.
Wow.
And I've been lucky to partner with the after-school program, which is now Land, Learn, Fly.
Excellent. Well, we're excited to get your unique perspective, I would say, as principal. So I was going to ask, from your perspective, what are the main differences between Land, Learn, and Fly and kind of your typical after-school program arrangement?
I think the biggest difference that I can see is the way that Land, Learn, and Fly has incorporated community members and community resources. They have brought in a lot of community members to help enhance their after-school program. So it being more than just the students show up at the end of the day and they work on their homework and get a snack.
Yeah.
They try to bring people in to do different activities and projects with them or take them out into the community to do things.
Totally. Yeah, that's super important. Could you give us a few examples of that you might know offhand, like activities or
I know that they have taken them out to visit like Copeland Furniture and gotten tours of the factory. There's a group of men there's a name for their club, but I can't remember what it is, that are into woodworking, and they have come in and help do a lot of things with the community, and Paul reaches out to make connections. In Newberry, we have the nursing home, so they might have done some things there. And with the public library, taking walks over there.
Excellent. Yeah, that's so wonderful to really get these kids out in their community to see what's going on. And a couple of things that kind of keep coming up for me are really hands-on activities, as well as like career exploration. How important do you know is that sort of thing to Land, Learn, and Fly? Like exploring possible careers in the area, or real hands-on focused learning?
I think anytime you can get the kids doing hands-on activities, they're going to be more engaged. And on a very basic, everyday running an after-school program, students that are engaged and invested are going to be on task and will have less behaviors.
Totally.
So on a daily basis, that's probably the biggest thing. And then, just exposing kids to the other possibilities and opportunities that are out there by, doing more hands-on activities and incorporating the community programs is helpful.
Totally. And as principal, you interact with these kids on a daily basis. I guess I'm wondering, like, what do you hear them talk about regarding this program? What are they excited to do?
To be honest, I think kids are the most excited once the school day is done to just socialize and have fun with their classmates. That's in a little more, it's structured, but it's not like sitting in your desk or doing school activities, that they're able to kind of relax a little bit, have some fun, socialize, interact with each other, have free play that isn't as structured at school. And so, even when we ask kids, what's your favorite part of the school day, they say recess. So this is like recess with all of their friends in the school that go to the after-school program.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way of putting it. So from your perspective, also as principal, how do you think Land, Learn, and Fly fulfills the needs of the children in this area or in your school?
We'll have to work. And so I think Land, Learn, and Fly fills a void for people that don't have extended family or somebody to be able to watch their children. And so I think that's probably the greatest void that it fills, is offering a safe place that they know that they can send their children for the remainder of the day until they can pick them up, and that their children are going to be cared for, they're going to be fed, they're going to get some school help during that time, and, just have some fun.
Yeah.
For me as an administrator, one of the cool partnerships for me for Land, Learn, and Fly is when the bus gets to the bus stop, if there's nobody there for the child, the bus drivers know that they can bring the child back even though they're not registered for Land, Learn, and Fly, and that Land, Learn, and Fly will take them until we can get a hold of their parents. And so for me, I leave right about when the last bus is coming off the road. But if for some reason there's a bus out there and there's a student on there, the bus drivers know they just come back to the building, and the Land, Learn, and Fly will take those students in and contact their families.
Wow.
And they're cared for. So, like, if for some reason somebody's running late, Land, Learn, and Fly will do that for us.
Wow, what an awesome resource that's added to the community. My next question kind of leads into that, so it might be a bit redundant.
One more time.
So what do programs like Land, Learn, and Fly add to the community? Like you just mentioned, it provides kind of a safety net for kids that can't get dropped off at the bus. So there's that element. But how do they enrich the kids and add positively to the community from your perspective?
Well, I think one thing that they do is they teach children responsibility and respect.
Yeah.
And so in one way, it enhances the greater community in helping our students that attend become better citizens.
Yeah.
So when they take them out on field trips away from the building and they represent our communities, they teach the students how they should behave and how they should interact when they go to local businesses or they go to other places where the students are welcome. they teach them how to represent our communities in a good way. So I'd say there's a social, emotional aspect to what they do for us.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah. I guess I wanted to ask you also from your perspective, has there been any moments or stories or specific children in the program that you've noticed had like a real success story, or maybe their excitement was sparked by something they learned through the program, or any positive stories?
There are several that come to mind, but one of the things that I think popped in my mind is that there was a couple of young ladies that participated in some programming that really took to the woodworking, which typically people tend to think is a male gender activity, and these two young ladies participated in it, and
these children to activities that they might otherwise not have an opportunity to try out. And it's amazing that the community members are the ones that are sharing those activities with the kids. Anything else that you'd like to talk about or share with us from your perspective as the principal of Newberry?
Well, I know that there's still room in the program at Newberry, and that Mr. Jewitt is looking for ways to incorporate more children in the program. And so I know that he has shared with me in the past that there are ways to help people that don't think that they can afford to send their children to the program, that they can. And so I think what I would want from my role as an administrator for people to know is that Land, Learn, and Fly will work with you if you need to avail yourself to an after-school program for your child. There are funds to be able to help your child go to Land, Learn, and Fly.
Excellent. That's great to know and to let our listeners know. Maybe you're not the exact person to ask this, but do you know how parents should reach out or get in touch?
I think probably the best thing to do would be to connect with the director of the program. And if not, you can always call any of the schools that have the program. And our administrative staff in the front office are really good about connecting parents to the correct people and resources.
That's going on?
Well, I think it's the students from the different schools getting together. I think is probably what I'm the most excited about, is any time that we can get our students from the different area schools together to engage in activities, I think is awesome. So I think for me, I'm just really excited to see the kids out on the playground having some fun together today.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for it. And all right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
No problem. I'm glad I could be here.
Excellent. That was Loretta Cruz, who is the principal of Newberry, and now we're going to be speaking with Laura Shrewsbury, who is on the board at Land, Learn, and Fly. She works at Riverbend, and she is also a parent. So, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Could you just explain for our listeners a little bit, tell us about your connection to Land, Learn, and Fly, and what brought you here today?
Sure. So I have one child currently, one who is now a freshman, so he doesn't go to Land, Learn, and Fly anymore. But ever since the after program, so as a parent who is very grateful to have a place for my kids to go to after school, I was happy to join the board.
Okay, excellent. So I guess I have a couple questions for you through the lens of a parent first. So what does the program make possible for your family after school, and I guess families in general? Like, how does it fill that gap?
It's challenging to find someone that they could stay with, or
not going to have me home to get them off the bus.
Right.
So that definitely was number one top priority, was to make sure that they had a safe place to be.
Totally.
It being at school was really convenient. I'm so excited for the community that we have multiple locations for Land, Learn, Fly. I think that it is serving a need for many working parents.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I think that over the past few years, the program has grown. It's always been good, but the program has grown. And I love to see both Paul, but also he has a fabulous staff.
Yeah.
And they definitely have made, each school has their own little
unique place. But they have a lot of times when they used to have, like my son Thomas did woodworking club, and that was one of his most favorite things with Land, Learn, Fly. They built a shed, they built picture frames, but that was always kind of like a key moment for him. And I know in the past they've had cooking club games, and each school kind of sees what kids love to do, get to play outside, get to be inside, play games. So I think it's all of those wonderful things.
Yeah. Something that kind of keeps coming up is really the focus on, working with your hands, learning with your hands. How do you think that is effective for kids? Like, why do you think it's so important for them to really get involved in these hands-on activities?
Well, as a teacher, I was actually just chatting about this, I've seen kind of schools kind of, at least in the upper grades, things have changed. I think we kind of tend to go a lot towards technology. So I think making sure that kids have opportunities to be either outside and playing or working with their hands or doing something that they wouldn't normally do during the school day, or if they get home to an empty house, they have some opportunities to kind of get them out and learning new things or becoming really good at something they already do. One of the other pieces that I really love about Land, Learn, Fly is that all of the kids are mixed age group wise. And so you start to see like the third graders take care of the kindergarteners and the sixth graders take care of the first graders. And that's just a really cool kind of watching kids become leaders and mature and be responsible. So I think there's lots of opportunity for different growth for every kid.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's real social, experience there. Totally.
Absolutely.
This year, were there any field trips from your perspective as a parent or on the board? Were there any field trips that stood out to you that were really exciting this year?
There were definitely a few. My son Nicholas loved to go to the library, so that was one that he really enjoyed, kind of going to the library. And it has kind of made him ask to go back because we have been since he's been in playgroup. So he really loves the library. Things like this coming down and then seeing kids from other schools in the surrounding communities, I think is a great opportunity. I mean, eventually a lot of these kids may be going to high school together, so it's nice for them to build those connections now. As a teacher at Riverbend Career and Tech Center, we have had the after-school program come down to Riverbend and explore the Tech Center a few times. And that's so. Obviously, that's my favorite one. So that's been a really cool experience to see, like, little kindergartners climbing all over heavy equipment. And, like the sixth grade boys getting their nails done. So that's always a really kind of fun field trip. And I think all of the field trips that they come up with are always engaging. And at least my boys love them.
Yeah, that sounds like they're doing a really great job of getting the kids out into the community. And for Riverbend, I mean, they're showing them what they could do in their future. Like, how important do you think careers we have available in the area is to this program?
Yeah, I think that's a great thing that Land, Learn, Fly offers. I think that whenever we're working with kids and kind of exposing them to new things is so important. We live in a small community, and sometimes when I get kids in high school, they don't realize like some of the things that are out there. And I think that it's kind of starting young kind of gives kids some kind of inspiration of what they're going to do in the future, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Parents, what would you say to another parent that's considering joining Land, Learn, and Fly or sending their children to partake?
I would say, there's no reason why not to. I think that it's the program is flexible. I know it's consistent. I don't ever have to worry about someone not being there. It's just always been such a great opportunity for sanity for me, but also for the kids. So without a doubt, I would send my kids. Encourage people to send their children.
Awesome. Yeah. I guess let's ask, what does your child or children talk about most when they come home? Like, what excites them the most from the program?
My son Thomas, who's a freshman now, when he was in 7th and 8th grade, he just kind of would go and help out, and he really enjoyed that. My son Nicholas, who's still currently in the after-school program, he really loves hanging out with the little kids. Like he really kind of enjoys helping the kindergartners, and he just really likes that engagement.
That's
with younger
awesome.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely would develop, the leadership skills, and that's awesome that the younger kids have the older kids to work with and learn from and have as role models too.
Yeah.
So, could you tell us a little bit about your work and what it pertains as being on the board for Land, Learn, and Fly?
Well, just being part of the board, we really kind of are there just to be a sounding board for Paul and for the rest of the board, and kind of just if there are things, and this is also a learning curve for me as well.
Yeah.
But just kind of being there to kind of support if there's understanding policies or licensure or giving ideas for how to communicate with parents and things like that. So it's quite a nice job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's see. Do you have any, from your perspective, any success stories, anything you've heard of kids that have really succeeded in this program?
I mean, I think like anything, when you have kids working with adults in a school setting, just anytime a kid can have an opportunity to interact with a different grown-up or a different group of kids, it sets a tone for kids to, build relationships and to grow socially. And I think that doing it in a school is helpful as well, right? So kids get to know other kids in their school, and they also get to know other adults in the school. And I think that's always a wonderful thing, to have kids build relationships with adults that are there to take care of them.
Definitely. Do you have any here or?
I don't know. I think that Paul and Chelsea and all of the other site coordinators are always so good at kind of listening to what the kids enjoy and listening to what the kids want to do and coming up with new ideas. I don't think I'm the one to come up with those ideas, because they're definitely know the kids better than I do. But no, I think that hopefully the program will continue to grow, and the kids will have a safe and kind of nurturing environment for them.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. This has been Laura Shrewsbury, and she's on the board at Land, Learn, and Fly, and she also works at Riverbend, and she's also a parent. So it was awesome to hear your perspective today, and I hope you enjoy the festivities that are going on.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Okay, and so we're gonna keep going with the conversation. We had a pre-recorded conversation that we had with Scott Blood, who is the principal of Blue Mountain. He's the elementary school principal, and since we talked to Loretta earlier, and Loretta Cruz, and then we talked to Laura Shrewsbury. We're just going to keep going on that realm, and then also talk to Scott Blood, who, as I say, is the principal of Blue Mountain, the elementary school principal, who's also very active with the Land, Learn, and Fly program. And once again, you are talking to, and we're at the top of the hour, which means that we always get to do the fun point to remind everybody that you are listening to WYKR 101.3 FM, Haverhill, New Hampshire, WTWN AM, 1100 AM, Wells River, Vermont, and WT860E, 105.1 FM, also in Wells River, Vermont. And so we are now going to send it back over to the studio where I had a conversation earlier with Scott Blood, who is the elementary school principal over at Blue Mountain Union, and we'll get back to you as soon as that's over.
So we are excited to be talking to Scott Blood, who is the principal over at Blue Mountain Union. And so we're here to talk a little bit about Land, Learn, and Fly, and that's an after-school program that the Blue Mountain Union School participates in.
Yes, it's a great program. Super happy to be able to collaborate with them and have them in our building. It's really been truly, a great support and a program to have for our community.
And explain a little bit about the impetus of how that Land, Learn, and Fly was created.
Yeah, so probably around 2017 or so, our school staff did some work around the achievement gap. We did a book read on the achievement gap trap by Anthony Muhammad, and basically what came out of that read was a lot of initiatives around equity and how we could better support the equity of our school community. And so one of those initiatives that came out of that was figuring out how we could get an after-school program at Blue Mountain. And part of the problem was that, with parents' schedules, it was difficult for a lot of families to be home when their kids were getting home off the bus. And so having a program at Blue Mountain that would allow students to stay at BMU until parents were able to get out of work and pick them up was going to be more equitable. And so we worked with some outside agencies to look at options, and Paul Jewitt, who is now the director of Learn, Land, and Fly, he was instrumental in working with us and creating a program that was run by them that would then support our school community.
And it's amazing. We had the BMU kids come by the radio station a couple times, and how does this work too? So they kind of go on some field trips, but they also are able to do some work inside the school as well.
Yeah. So, the program is great about getting them off site, to a variety of places and providing a variety of experiences for them. It really does feel more like an extension to the classroom program, rather than more of a daycare setting, which is really nice. And, there are opportunities where some of our staff will meet with the kids on occasion and, play games or do presentations. So there is that connection to the school and the staff still. But the program that really does a nice job of giving the kids some quality educational experiences.
Yeah, and in a way too, it's like Land, Learn, and Fly is kind of an extension of the school day. So it just gives those, as you said, gives those students more opportunity to experience and learn new things.
Yeah, and I would also just say that, coming out of COVID, one of the things that, has been a priority for school is around social emotional learning since then. And this really does provide another social opportunity for kids to work together. They offer this program to elementary age students. And so, they might have kids working together that, are in different grade levels, different ages, and it really does provide a structured way for kids to learn and improve in their social emotional skills.
And so how many students usually in Blue Mountain are participate in Land, Learn, and Fly?
It varies, but I know that the program is doing well. I want to say that, and this is not specific, but I want to say that somewhere around 30 to 40 students is typical. Throughout the school year, kids certainly, come and go based on family needs. But it really has been very successful for our community.
And do you see that, as you mentioned too, is like, so what are the benefits for parents to have their children participate in Land, Learn, and Fly?
Well, first of all, I'm not there. I'm not a part of the program, but kids do enjoy it. Kids talk about the program. They have fun. It really is a nice opportunity for kids. And when kids are having fun and they're doing it in a safe and structured way, I think that's meaningful. And I think that for parents, it takes the pressure off to be able to, see their normal hours through, which often can go until, 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and then be able to get here to pick up their children. And, that allows families to do what they need to do. And, it's just more productive.
So with Land, Learn, and Fly, it's adjacent to the actual school system. Is there any like collaborations that Land, Learn, and Fly has done with Blue Mountain?
Yeah, one of the best collaborations that actually happened a few years back. The program actually worked with a few different carpenters to build a structure that they now use as a shed. They put a lot of their materials in that shed. But what was really neat is it really was a learning experience. The kids actually got to participate in the construction of the shed. They painted it blue and gold to match our school colors and really fit in nicely around the playground area. And, it was really well done. They worked with our administration and school board to make sure that, it would work. And, the after school program has a lot of supplies and materials that they use, including bikes. You'll often see in the nice weather, the kids are outside on school grounds biking around the building. And so it gives them some storage space and really is kind of a nice addition to our school grounds.
Excellent. And we're talking to Scott Blood, who is the principal over at Blue Mountain Union, for the elementary school principal. And Scott, so and those and our listeners might recognize your voice as the BMU Student of the Month, the famed BMU Student of the Month segments too.
Yes, that's one of my favorite parts of my job.
Excellent. Scott, any final comments?
I feel very lucky to have, the after school program being housed at Blue Mountain. It is very much a nice support and opportunity for our students and our community and families. And I hope that our partnership can exist for many years to come.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate your time.
You bet. Thank you.
So we're honored to have here in the studio Craig Hervey, who is one of the board members of Land, Learn, and Fly. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Excellent. And you also work well with you also had some of the students come in and work with you in your woodworking shop as well?
Yeah, over the years, we had invited them into House Right shop in Main Street in Newbury, where I was the president of that company. And we started off with bluebird houses, I don't know what, even 7 or 8 years ago or more. And it was quite a endeavor at the time. We refined it over the years and got it down to almost a science of building these bluebird houses, and we can turn them out pretty quick.
Right. And how important is it for children to kind of learn these hands-on skills?
Well, I think it's exposure to these things. So the bluebird houses gives kids just a very, very, minuscule bump of exposure. The woodworking program that we started, 4 years ago, which started out in Doug Merrill's shop, which he graciously donated to us, that really immersed them in measuring and the world of assembling things.
Right.
And, our first project was making 4 pretty sturdy workbenches. And so we had taught them how to measure or read a tape measure. And there was, these were multiple pieces that had to be cut to length. So their job was to measure these individual pieces and mark it, bring it to one of us, and we would cut it. And of course, we would check the measurement. And if it wasn't right, we'd say, well, you're close, but, it's got to be up to a 16th. We're talking about 16th of an inch.
Right.
And, they would go back and they'd say, you're good. You're on the wrong side of the quarter or whatever you are.
Right.
And it's been good.
Yeah.
And, we teach them that it's okay to make a mistake. It's how fast you get out of it and correct it, and you have to clean up. You have to take, each bench, in this case, each bench has its own set of basic tools that are color coded to the bench. So at the end of one class session, you might imagine that every tool is everywhere. So the blue impact driver has to go back to the blue bench.
Right. And as we always say, it's that old adage there that carpenters are famous for is like measure twice.
Oh, yes.
Cut once.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's something that you're teaching children too, is like the students too, is like there's a level of patience, but you're also gaining a skill as well.
Yeah. And, the older ones, it's good that they sort of look after the younger ones, and these are pretty young kids. So, we not only do pretty simple, but, nice construction projects. Doug would take them out and show them different trees and identify them by the leaves. I think I had a vast array of fasteners, of screws and nails, and explained that to them, and then they would go at it,
right,
trying to hammer them into the ends of logs, and it was good. And they're just getting exposed to things, and they get their own apron, put their name on it, and they have their own hammer, and they have their own tape measure and their own pencils, and
they're having fun.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And so, as we mentioned earlier too, that you're also on the board of Land, Learn, and Fly.
I am. I think I am designated as the president.
Okay, all right. And so, but you were working with Land and Learn and Fly before you were on the board, correct?
This is before they became a nonprofit, an official nonprofit. I mean, obviously, Paul Jewitt is the driver. Mm-hmm. I'm largely ceremonial, but I have a business background, and I give advice as I can.
Right.
But he's doing it. I mean, he and his team are doing a great job.
So what was some of the opportunities that you said when he approached you and says, would you like to be on the board? Why did you say yes? What were some of the points that you wanted to help support and appreciate with what Land, Learn, and Fly are doing?
Well, when he was sort of affiliated with the town of Newberry, and then when it became apparent that the program was really expanding beyond that situation. I was really supportive of it because I think it was it was an obviously viable business. They do a very valuable, provide a very valuable service in that this is giving these kids something, so the woodworking club is 1 day a week, but it's 5 days a week for the overall program. So that the Land, Learn, and Fly gives these kids an opportunity to do something after school that's not sitting in front of a TV or a game show or whatever.
Was there a particular moment working with them where you said, this is important, this program needs to keep going?
Oh, I think it's been pretty clear. I mean, it's always been clear, but it's now expanding. I think it probably started in Newberry and Blue Mountain. It's now expanded to Bradford. Mm-hmm. This is really important for parents to have this opportunity for kids. And I think it's quite affordable, and they do very, very varied activities. Mm-hmm. And besides, now the woodworking club was a dedicated, a certain number of students would come. Then they'd be the same students every week. There's also kind of guest appearances of various people that, provide insight into whatever it is that they do.
Right. Excellent. We're talking to Craig Hervey, who is the president of Land, Learn, and Fly. And you've also been a strong supporter for the last several years of Land, Learn, and Fly.
Yes, a number of years, yes.
Yeah. And so what would you say then that if there's parents that are listening who said, I'm not sure if my kiddo is ready to be a part of this after school program, what advice would you give parents?
For those parents that work and would like to have something of, I would say, pretty substantial value for their kids to do after school, here it is. I mean, it's not just babysitting. It's socialization. It's different activities. It's field trips. I mean, they really, and local businesses. So, my former company, House Right, is a big supporter. Bethel Mills, Oaks Brothers, and so on. They are a big supporter. They have donated materials over the years. House Right's donated materials and equipment. Copeland's has knocked it out of the park, having the kids come, having the whole group come.
Yeah,
this is a bunch of kids. There's food. There's a complete tour of their pretty massive facility. They end up leaving with like little dovetail boxes with their names on it. I mean, it's pretty. So the community, I think, is welcoming these kids and exposing these kids. These kids are getting exposed to more than just hanging out with their buddies. I mean, it's a serious program.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Craig. And as I said, we're talking to Craig Hervey. And Craig, any final comments?
No. Well, thank you for putting it all on. And I think if this helps parents get informed about what's available out there, I think this is a good thing.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are back live at Elizabeth Park with the Land, Learn, and Fly after-school program. And we are here with Griffin. How are you doing today, Griffin?
Fine.
Fine. It's a nice day out, isn't it? Kind of warm, but it's sunny. Better than rain. All right. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Is that all right?
Sure.
All right. So first up, we have, what is your favorite thing you did at the after-school program this year?
Bike day.
Bike day. So what did you do on bike day?
Bike around the common.
Oh, wow. So did you each get your own bike?
We each brought our own bike.
Oh, cool. That's a good way to get some exercise
Or a
in.
scooter.
Or a scooter, okay. Which one did you do?
Bike.
Bike. Do you like biking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fun day for you. That sounds awesome. All right. Question number 2. What was the best field trip or visit you went on? Like any projects you did?
To the radio station.
Okay, so you came to the radio station. That's where I work. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What did you do at the radio station?
Talking to the radio.
Okay, did you record something that went live on the air?
I forgot.
Yeah, I think you might have. That's pretty exciting. Do you think you might want to be a radio star someday?
No.
No. Well, you got to explore it, at least, so that's good. What's one new thing that you learned how to do this year at Land, Learn, and Fly?
I always knew how to do everything.
Okay, so you just got to do some stuff that you like to do. That's good. Did you make any new friends this year?
No, pretty much everyone was the same.
Okay, and so what grade are you in?
Second.
Second? So you get to go to the after-school program with kids of lots of different grades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for preschool.
Okay, so it's, what grades is it through? What grades does it start at?
It's kindergarten, but
Okay.
there's preschool. But preschool's not allowed. It's kindergarten through 6th grade.
Okay, that's awesome. So you got to see a lot of familiar faces. Did you get to meet kids from maybe other schools?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what school do you go to?
Newberry.
Newberry, okay. So you got to meet kids from like BMU, Blue Mountain?
Yeah.
Was that fun? Did you like to meet some of those kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Let's see here. What do you like to do after school when you get here to the after school program? At the end of your school day?
Something random, no clue.
So what do they do first when you get out of school?
Have snacks.
Have snacks? What do you get to have for snacks?
Anything you bring.
Yeah. I bet that's a fun time. I would like that time.
Except for candy.
Okay. So some healthy snacks that you bring, maybe? All right, let's see. Did you learn about any jobs or careers that you think would be fun? You went to the radio station, so you learned about a job. Oh, I love swimming. It's awesome. It'd be nice to go for a swim right now because it's kind of getting hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're going to look forward to going swimming this summer. That sounds great. All right. Well, Griffin, thanks so much for talking with us. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Are you excited for some of the stuff you're going to do today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like we've got a DJ going over there in the corner. Maybe you'll do some dancing. Looks like a lot of fun. So thanks so much for speaking with us today. And, yeah, have a great summer.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, we're going to pass the headset over to Tucker. Do we have Tucker here? Tucker, here's your headset. You can just put that over your ears. Oops, sorry. There you go. All right, so next up, We have Tucker here with us. How are you doing today, Tucker?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice day out. All right, I'm going to ask you some questions about Land, Learn, and Fly. Is that all right? Mm-hmm. Okay. That you did at the after-school program this summer?
Does it have to be?
It can be anything you did in this program, Land, Learn, and Fly. Any fun activities, any fun field trips you went on?
I really like the rock climbing field trip.
Ah, you got to go rock climbing? Was it indoor rock climbing?
It was indoor rock climbing.
That's awesome. That's a hard activity to do. Did you like it a lot?
A lot.
Yeah. So, did you do some tough climbs?
No, not really.
That sounds like a lot of fun. All right. So, what is one new thing you learned how to do in the after-school program this year?
There's not much learning, but
was rock climbing new for you? Had you gone before?
No.
No, so that was kind of a new learning experience for you.
Yeah, that was good. Yes, I kind of learned that.
Yeah. Maybe that's something you'll develop an interest in and continue to do as you get older.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Did you meet any new friends this year in the after school program?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. What grade are you in? Third grade. Okay, so you're with kids that are younger than you and older than you from a lot of different schools, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. And they're all here today, right? Is this everybody?
No.
This is awesome. You got a pretty big group here.
On the bus.
Oh, no. Yep. A lot of crazy things happen on school buses sometimes. It's just the way it goes, you know? So what school do you go to?
Newberry.
Newberry? Okay. So you didn't have that far of a drive to get here today?
No.
No. All right. Okay. What would you say to a new student who might be interested in joining the program next year? Like, do you have any advice for them? Do you think they should do it? Do you like doing it?
First of all, it kind of gets you out of childcare, and
yeah,
they have a lot of fun activities. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah, that's one thing that we were talking to some parents and earlier, and that's a big thing that's great about this program is that, you know, you can stay at school and then do all these fun things with new friends that you meet. And it's a great option for childcare. All right. I want to ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
In the Marines.
In the Marines. Wow. So through this program, are you learning a lot of like hands-on skills that you think might be useful for that career in the future?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. That's awesome. Well, best of luck with that endeavor, and it was great talking to you, Tucker.
Yeah, you too.
So you have a great day, and maybe you'll go do some dancing over there with the DJ.
Okie dokie.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to be speaking with Burke. Where is Burke? Okay, there he is. He's the next for the headset. Awesome. How does that feel? That feels good? Okay. How are you doing today, Burke?
Good.
Good? And what grade are you in? First grade. Okay, wow. So how did you enjoy the after-school program this year? Do you have lots of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was some of the most fun things that you did this year?
A rock climb, like Tucker's.
Okay, so you really like the rock climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? What was fun about that for you? Just kind of learning a new skill or exercise?
Yeah, those bounce beams and stuff that I like.
Oh, wow. What other activities? Did you do some other activities too?
Mm-hmm.
Any ones that stand out that you really enjoyed, or maybe ones that were difficult for you, or?
Yeah, one of them you have to climb really high to the top, and then you have to look down and you'll see stuffy bears.
Oh, really? Where was that?
What they said there was at the rock climb.
Okay.
And they said there was real bears, and then they just joked us by stuffy bears.
I think I know where you're talking about. Was that up kind of near Littleton?
Uh-huh.
They had a bear at the top at the end of your climb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. You thought maybe you'd see a real bear, but I bet that was spooky. All right, we're going to ask you a couple more questions here. So, Did you meet a lot of new friends this year in the program?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that good? Do you enjoy that? Yeah. Are a lot of your friends here today?
Most of them, yeah.
Awesome. That sounds great. What was some of your favorite projects, games, or activities? Did you do a lot of kind of hands-on crafts or projects? What did you like doing?
We made a penguin out of paper.
Okay.
So now it's fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So did you do a lot of crafts?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you like doing crafts?
Yeah.
I like crafts a lot. That sounds like a lot of fun. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
An astronaut.
An astronaut. Okay. That's a very ambitious goal. That sounds great. Did you learn any skills through the after-school program that you think could help you in the future as you grow up?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like what?
I learned what's it called again?
Kind of a hard question.
It's a long word.
Mm-hmm. But you learned a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's great. It's preparing you for the future. Are you excited for the summer?
Uh-huh.
What are you going to do this summer?
We're going to go mining.
Mining?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like mining for gold or something?
For diamonds.
Really? Where are you going to do that?
It's really far away. I think it's in the Oxbow or something.
Okay. Well, that sounds exciting. I hope you have a lot of fun this summer doing that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Burke. It was great speaking with you.
Thanks.
We hope you have a great rest of your day, okay? All right. And who do we have next here? What's your name?
Marshall.
Marshall. How are you doing today, Marshall?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
Fourth.
Fourth grade. Was this your first year doing the after school program?
Uh-uh.
No, so you've done it for a couple years now, or?
Couple, yeah.
Yeah. And do you have fun doing it?
Mm.
Yeah. What's some of the most fun things that you do here?
Do field trips.
Field trips?
Like this.
Like this, yeah. So what were your favorite field trips this year?
I don't know.
Did you come to the radio station?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
That's where I work.
Cool.
Do you think you'd want to be on the radio someday?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Farmer.
A farmer, okay. So did you do anything farming related in the after school program? Like maybe gardening or take any field trips to any farms?
Not really.
So what activities did you do that you enjoyed? We've heard a lot of them today, like the rock climbing. Did you do woodworking?
Not all enough.
Okay.
No one there likes it.
Oh, okay. So there's different activities kind of for the different grades. So are you looking forward to maybe doing that in the future? Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. All right, let's see here. What's one new thing that you learned how to do? Could you tell us a little bit about it? Share it with the audience and our listeners? Yeah, like what's one thing that you learned to do that they kind of showed you how to do in the after school program? Or one thing that you learned? Okay, what's one thing that you look forward to doing after school, like after your long school day? What did you look forward to doing when you came here?
To hang out with my friends a little bit more and
Yeah.
do activities like this.
Yeah. Did you meet a lot of friends through this program?
Yeah.
Yeah, some in like different grades and everything, and that's great. So what school do you go to?
BMU.
BMU? Okay, that's where I went too. Do you like BMU?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good school. Okay. So Is there any teachers or instructors here at the program that you had an especially good time with, or anyone, any shout outs you'd like to give?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Marshall. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy the nice weather and all the fun things you have going on today, okay? Thanks so much. All right, we got another kiddo here. What's your name?
Zane.
Zane? Nice to meet you, Zane. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Are you excited to be here? Looks like there's a lot of fun things going on. Were you dancing over there with the DJ?
Not really.
Not really. He had some good tunes, though. All right. I want to know what your favorite thing is that you did in the after-school program this year.
Probably there's this memorial place where there's like sport things you can do.
Okay.
I forgot what it is.
So did you try out like different sports? What kind of sports did you do?
Basketball.
Basketball? Do you like basketball? That's awesome. Do you play basketball? Like, what school do you go to?
BMU.
BMU? Okay. I played basketball there too. That's awesome. Okay. So I know that you guys go on a lot of field trips. So what was like one of your favorite field trips?
Probably this.
This one? Yeah. Okay. And you went to the radio station, right? Did you enjoy that one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's one new thing that you learned how to do here at the after school program this year?
To listen more.
To listen more? Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good skill. Being a good listener is a great skill to have. That's awesome that you learned that. Were there any activities that you did that you really enjoyed? Like after the long school day, what were you most excited? What did you look forward to doing after school here in the program?
Probably recess.
Recess? Okay. What do you do at recess that you like so much?
Basketball.
Basketball. So you just want to play basketball after school. That's awesome. It's a great way to stay active. And do you have a good team that you play with? Yeah. So that's fun. Do you play with other people here at the program? Awesome. What do you want to be when you grow up?
An MMA fighter.
Okay. Interesting. That's very cool. I haven't heard that yet today. So let's see. Did you learn about any jobs or careers through this program that you think sounded fun or that you'd want to learn more about or maybe try out yourself one day?
Woodworking.
Woodworking. Okay, so you got to do the woodworking. That's awesome. What did you do in that activity? Like, did you build something specific or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like this bird house thing.
Okay, a birdhouse. You get to take it home?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a birdhouse that you built? That's super cool. That's an awesome. Think you'd want to do more of that in the future, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That sounds like an awesome skill to learn. What are you looking forward to doing this summer?
Swim.
Swimming? Yep, that's the second time I've heard that today.
And basketball.
Yep. Okay, so maybe some swimming, maybe some basketball.
And ride my bike.
And ride your bike. Oh, did you get to ride your bike in this program too? You had bike day, right? Was that fun? That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, well, that sounds like an action-packed summer. Some basketball, some swimming, maybe some bike riding. That sounds like fun. I hope you have a great summer. All right, so we got a couple folks left. Thank you so much, Zane. It was great speaking with you. And who do we have up next here?
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Okay, how are you doing today, Nicholas?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I'm going to ask you guys, like, a couple questions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what was your favorite thing that you did at Land, Learn, and Fly this year?
Probably kickball and going out to recess.
Okay, so you like to do the sports too, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like fun. Kickball is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be kind of competitive.
Yeah, it's really competitive.
All right, what was the best field trip that you did?
Probably going to WYKR.
Okay, that's where I work.
Oh, that's fun. I'm jealous.
So you think maybe that's something you'd like to do someday?
Maybe, yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a fun job, I will say.
Yeah. Speaking on the radio just sounds so fun.
Well, you're doing it right now.
I know.
Not to freak you out.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job, though. All right. Let's see. Okay. What was your favorite project, game, craft, or activity?
Kickball.
Kickball again.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do any other sports?
Can't remember. We played goggle ball, but that's not really a sport.
Ooh, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. But one of the crafts we did, we made like these crystal letter thingies.
Okay.
Mhm.
So do you do a lot of crafts?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some other ones that you did?
We made catapults with popsicle sticks and rubber bands.
Okay.
With pom-pom balls and spoons.
Awesome.
And then, yeah.
Awesome. Do you like doing crafts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love crafts.
All right. What would you want to say, like advice to a new student that's coming next year?
Don't be afraid, because they'll always welcome you, just like you've been there for years.
Totally. Yeah. It seems like a really friendly, nice group. And you go to after school program with younger kids and older kids, right? Okay. So that's nice. And I bet you have a lot of friends from all the different grades and the different schools.
Yep.
That's really great.
Mhm.
All right. What are you looking forward to this summer?
Probably going to the Outer Banks with my mom and my brother.
Oh my gosh, I just went there last year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun. It's great.
Yeah, we have a condo down there every year, so.
Wow, that sounds like a blast.
It's so fun.
All right, well, hope you have a great summer, Nicholas.
Thank
It was
you.
excellent speaking with you, and maybe we'll hear you on the radio someday.
Yep, thank you.
Sounds great. All right, we're going to pass the headset along. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Finley.
Finley. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. It's a nice day out, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one question is, can you tell us about your favorite field trip you went on?
It's probably the field trips to the library. I really like those because I love books.
Oh, that's awesome. What books did you get to read?
I usually read graphic novels.
Wow, that's awesome. So how does that work? How do the field trips to the library work? Do you all read together, or do you get to find your own book?
It's usually like we go to the library and then we read with our librarian, and then we get to choose to do a craft or read our own book.
Wow, so what do you choose?
I usually choose to read my own book.
That's awesome. That's great. Reading is really good for your brain.
I know.
Yeah, you're going to be a smart kid. All right. Let's see. Did you learn about any jobs or careers this year that you thought sounded really fun that you might be interested in someday?
Not really.
Where did you go to the radio station?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think maybe you'd want to be on the radio someday?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun job that you could explore for sure. What are you looking forward to this summer?
Probably baseball camp.
Baseball camp. Do you play baseball now?
Yes.
Okay. What position do you play?
I usually play shortstop, pitcher, and third base.
Wow. That sounds like you're pretty good at that. Do you have fun doing that?
Yes.
And you're going to play this summer, you said? Yeah, so like a camp. Maybe like a pitching camp or just all around baseball camp. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a lot of fun with that. It was great speaking with you, Finley.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the activities, okay?
I will.
Awesome. All right. We're going to pass the headset along. Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Graham.
Graham. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. It's kind of warm out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wish I could go swimming or something.
Yeah, we have a pool at our house, and we get to swim in it.
Just adjust it. There we go. You have a pool at your house?
Yeah.
Oh, that you are lucky. Do you go swimming like every day?
Well, it's not open yet.
Okay. So maybe later on in the summer.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about the after-school program, okay? The Land, Learn, Fly program. What's your favorite thing that you did this year?
I think it's going to be coming here.
This exact activity right here, this event?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to doing today?
Ice cream.
You get ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay, what flavor ice cream do you get?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. I like chocolate. Perfect for a hot day.
Yeah.
All right. Did you meet any new friends at the program this year?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's great. I know you get to go to the program with younger kids and older kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you like kind of hanging out with the older kids and the younger kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What do you like to do after school when you get there? Because I know you have your school day, and then you get to come right to the after-school program, right?
Well, sometimes I go on bus.
Okay, so sometimes you come to the after-school program, sometimes you go home on the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to, when I'm after school, I like to go outside and play gaga ball.
Oh, that's the second time I've heard someone say gaga ball. What is that?
It's this game where you have to hit the ball with your hand, and if you hit someone by your foot or yourself hits your foot, you're out.
Oh, okay. So are you pretty good at that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I've got a 6th grade round one.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I bet you're going to get pretty good at that. Is this your first year at the after-school program?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think you're going to do it again next year?
I don't know.
Do you like to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right, and what are you looking forward to doing this summer?
I want to swim in my pool.
Yeah, swimming in the pool. That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, I hope you enjoy your summer. And, yeah, I hope you enjoy the after-school program next year, too, if you end up coming.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thanks for speaking with me, and I hope you enjoy your chocolate ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And the next for the headset. How are you today? What's your name?
Hannah.
Hannah, nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, lots of what were you just doing? Were you doing some activities here?
Yeah, I was doing the music.
Okay, over there with DJ?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Is he playing some good tunes?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple questions about the after-school program. What's your favorite thing you did this year?
Going to the radio station.
Okay, yeah, that's where I work. Did you like, what was your favorite thing you did there?
My favorite thing that we did there is when they talked about like that circle thing. That.
Okay, so you must have gone into the studios and checked out kind of the equipment. Did you record anything?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did it get to go on the air live, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What did you record?
I recorded like well, it was 3 third graders doing it. Third graders love WYKR.
Okay. And did you have fun with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. What was your favorite project, game, craft, or activity you got to do in the after-school program?
When we went outside and sometimes we played gaga ball.
Okay. You like gaga ball? Are you pretty good at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Do you get to do a lot of kind of outdoor activities?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of sports and things? Do you like sports?
Yeah.
Do you play sports?
No, not really.
Yeah, maybe you'll get into it. That sounds like fun. All right, let's see. Did you learn about any jobs, careers? Did you learn about any jobs or careers that sounded like fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like which ones?
Like maybe a paleontologist.
Ooh. Okay, what do they do?
They discover dinosaurs and research dinosaurs.
Wow, so did you go on like a field trip that explained that, or did they just kind of teach you about it?
No, I kind of just learned it myself, but
wow.
I really like it.
That sounds good. Well, maybe you'll be a paleontologist one day. Awesome. All right, what are you looking forward to this summer?
When I go to my grandparents' house because they have a pond nearby, and I swim there.
That sounds awesome. It's always good to be around your grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are special times. So I hope you have a great summer.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the activities here.
Thank you.
All right, and Antonia, you had quite a conversation with it. So we were planning on maybe like 3 kids, but that ended up being like 10.
Yeah, that was a lot of nice conversations there.
No, I like how you're plugging the future radio folks here. That was good.
I'm trying to recruit folks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we started the hour talking with Paul Jewitt, and now we're going to end the hour talking with Paul Jewitt. So what Antonia is going to hand her headset over to Paul, and we're going to wrap up the question with Paul. And Paul, this has been a great couple hours.
Oh, thank you.
And so remind people, so we're here at Land, Learn, and Fly. This is kind of your end of the year school program. And we have DJs, we got ice cream, we got all kinds of games that are playing, and the place is just packed with kids and parents and all kinds of community folks here. And so let people know, are you guys hiring at all?
As a matter of fact, yes, we are. We are looking for 2 to 3 positions, 2 staff positions, and primarily for that, to apply for that, you can go on our website, and primarily we're looking for anybody that is 18 years of age and older, and we would prefer that you have some background in terms of working with children, because primarily that's going to be your job.
Right.
The other position that we're looking for, and that position pays, depending upon experience, probably anywhere from $18 to, I'd say, $22. And the other position we're looking for is a site coordinator, which is, we have one of those positions in each of the 3 programs. And I'm looking for one primarily for the Blue Mountain program for next school year. And what we require for that is that you need to have at least 2 years of education, preferably 4 years to have a degree in some sort of area that is working with children or in some form or fashion that would be tied into child education or anything like that. And that position is primarily a managerial position. You would be in charge of the program. You would have staff that would report to you, and then the site coordinators in turn report to me. And that position, depending upon your experience, as well, runs anywhere from $25 to $28 an hour to start.
Okay. Excellent. So, Paul, and so that brings us to the end of our special WYKR remote broadcast celebrating Land, Learn, and Fly. A big thank you to Paul Jewitt, the Land, Learn, and Fly team, the students, parents, volunteers, school leaders, and community partners who have joined us today. We heard a lot about after-school learning, field trips, woodworking, reading, career awareness, and the kind of neighbor-to-neighbor support that makes this part of Vermont, New Hampshire so special. Programs like Land, Learn, and Fly don't happen by accident. They happen because families, schools, volunteers, businesses, and community members all pitch in for the kids. To learn more or get involved or find enrollment information, visit landlearnflyinc.com, correct?
Correct.
Okay. From all of us here at WYKR, and just to remind you all, I got to do the top of the hour thing here at WYKR 101.3 FM, Haverhill, New Hampshire. You're listening to WTWN AM 1100 AM Wells River, Vermont, and WT86DE 105.1 FM, New Hampshire. And that brings us to an end. And if you missed any of this part or any part you want to hear on demand, it'll be available on demand on the WYKR app or on the WYKR YouTube page. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you very much, Paul.
You're very welcome. Thank you. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.